Hi everybody, Wendy here, Lolly Dolly Crafts, and what I've got for you today is my Craft Supplies for You project. So I'm going to do a little bit of just a craft along with me. It's not a tutorial, but I'm going to do one of the things that I think is one of my most favourite things that I can do, that I've ever done. I think it's one of my most watched videos as well. Excuse me. So I decided, because I'm sort of like, going back into doing videos, as this would be a good one to, do as my sort of like coming back after Christmas, even though we're not like, beginning of February. So that's what I'm going to do. So if you don't know, and you haven't guessed, it is going to be shabby chic. I know somebody put in the comments something shabby chic, so it's definitely going to be that, because that's so me. I've got some of the Craft Supplies for You goodies here. Oh yeah, so I'm going to use these. I will use a few bits and bobs from my stash, some broken jewelry and whatever. So but the majority of it will be Craft Supplies for You. So have you guessed yet what I'm going to make? I wonder, have you guessed? Right, okay, so to start off with, let me just move all these beautiful goodies, which was so hard, believe me, for me to think, oh, I got to use them, because they're just so nice. But yeah, no point in hoarding them. Okay, so you're going to need some 12 by 12 paper. You need 2 sheets, because one sheet's not strong enough for what I'm going to make. So what you need to do is you pick 2 sheets that you want, whichever way you want them, one for the inside and one for the outside. Have you guessed yet what I'm going to make? No? Okay, I'm going to keep going and I'll show you in a minute. Yeah, so just decide, what you want for your main outside. I think for this one, I'm just sort of showing you the beginning. I have done one that here's one I made earlier, sort of type thing. So anyway, so I've got 2 pieces of paper here, and what you need to do is totally your preference, whether you use double-sided tape or glue. For paper, this is not like, it's cardstock, but it's not too thick. And this is, I'll tell you what the make of it is. It's Stampera Shabby Rose scrapbooking paper, and it's 10 double-sided sheets of, but it's got like a postcard notelets or whatever in there. So yeah, and it's absolutely such a lovely collection. So yeah, so that's what I'm going to use. But yeah, does it say what GSM it is? I think it's 170. Anyway, but so you need to stick 2 together. Now you could, if you want, and I have done before, you can have this as your, like, your whatever, your main on the outside, and then put a plain cardstock in the middle, something like oh, I can't think of the name of it now, but it's basil, but because that's quite a a good cardstock. It's you don't want something too thin. You don't want something that that's less than probably the 170, because what you want is it to be sturdy and to be able to hold the things that you're going to put on it. Okay, so have we guessed yet? No? Okay, so I'll tell you what we're going to make. We're going to make a Tessie Mussy. Did you guess? Okay, so like I said, what you do, I use Collol glue, and the reason why I use Collol is because I find this is the only glue that I've using on making cards or anything like that doesn't make the paper warp when you put it on. It sort of sits on the top of the paper, and then when you join it together, you've got movability. Okay, so that's what we're going to do, is glue 2 pieces together. I'm not going to do these because, like I said, here's one I've got earlier. Okay, so I'm going to get that. Oh, so here's mine that I've glued together. So I'll show you how I did that with these 2. Oh, well, I'll use just one of them for now. So what you want to do now is totally up to you. I normally use this where the crease is as the front. You can, if you want to, cut this off so it's literally just a flat, like goes straight across, so you don't have this bit here. I like to keep this bit here because I normally, you know, add some flowers or something to it, but I like that bit. I think it's a little bit different. So I'm just going to show you basically how you sort of like make this cone shape, okay? So all you do is you've got these two sides of paper, you bring them together. Now I normally, we're done with it. So you bring them together, making it like a cone, okay? So, like I said, you can use hot glue, or I don't like using hot glue because it dries really quick and it's really fiddly, and then it ends up quite lumpy. Okay, so what you want to do is try and like, hold that there, and then because obviously you've got this opening here, so and just push sort of this together, you know. And what you want to try and do, don't worry if you haven't got a perfect point there, because you can always wrap it round. It doesn't have to be a perfect point. Okay, so this is what we're looking for. This shape is what we're going for, and then you know you can hold it and just put your wet glue underneath, and I always put some inside on this bit that's sticking up here. Okay, so that's what you do to make the cone. All right, so there we go. So like I said, this is mine that I've already made. It's quite a, you know, lovely shabby chicy paper. The paper, I suppose, I just noticed it's got writing on it, so it would have been directional, and it's upside down, but don't worry about it because a lot of this is going to be covered up with stuff anyway. So yeah, like I said, I normally use this bit as my front. So what I'm going to do, normally what the first thing I do is, so I'm going to get some of these goodies, this goodie here. And so this piece, okay, which is from Craft Supplies for You, I'm going to hot glue here. And the more things you put on it as well is the more sturdy it is. Okay, so I'm just going to make sure my glue gun's working. Are you working? Are you working? Yes, I'm just going to hot glue this. Oh, am I making? Yeah, I'm the right side. Yes, I'm just going to hot glue this. Oh, it's so nice to be crafting. I just had some naughty kids knocking on my door, knocking and running, you know. I know we used to do it when we were kids, but it makes me a bit nervous because I don't know if you remember the naughty visitor I had in my house last year. Not this house, so yeah, I don't like it when, because all my boys were here earlier, but they've gone out, so I called one of them back home just to make sure everything was all right. And he did, he come back. He's gone back out again now. So they're pretty good. So I'm just sticking this down, okay, without squashing. I don't know what's the matter with it. Oh. I have got a new glue gun. It's a Sizzix glue gun, but in the pack-in, when I moved to a bungalow, I don't know what I've done with it. So I'm back to my, I love this hot glue gun. It's one of the best glue guns I've ever had. It's lasted me absolutely ages, but it's got a bit gunky. What I normally do when it gets a bit like this to try and clean it up a bit is get a bit of a sandpaper block, and when it's cold is you know, I sort of try and get whatever glue's sort of hanging around. So there we go. So there we go. Okay. So that's our first bit of our cone. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add, do you don't know how hard it is for me to use this because it's absolutely lush. I'm going to, actually I'm not going to do this bit now, I'll do that bit in a minute. What I'm going to do, I'm going to get some of this lace, which is from Craft Supply for You. Some of this lace, look. One of my favourite laces. It's got box pleat satin, lovely. So what I'm going to do is I am going to start at the top here. Okay, let's put it on the right side. Oh. Okay, start at the top. Oh, getting all of a fuddle. Right, so start at the top here. And I'm going to glue it, hot glue it all the way around. Okay, That's what I'm going to do. I'll probably speed that bit up because the last thing you want to do is watch me hot gluing all the way around. Okay, so okay, so there we go. We've got a lovely, beautiful lace. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this bit here. Oh, it's just so nice. I'm going to add it to the front. Okay, sort of like that. Hot glue it. It's so pretty. Chop, chop. I'm definitely going to get some more of these. Yeah. There we go. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so what I'm going to do now is we've got this box pleat lace. So what I'm going to do is at the bottom here, I'm going to add some of this box pleat, and then I'm going to wrap it round. So let's start off there. And it's like a real, it's a lovely effect on the bottom. Tuck it in. So as we're wrapping it around, we're bringing it up like so. Make sure. Oh, so I've got glue all over my hand. And just a bit of glue. And just carry on wrapping it around. And then what you get is you get this really lovely fluffy bit. At the bottom, and it sort of hides any, you know, if it's not a you know, proper point, or you're not happy with the point. I'm getting tangled up here. Yeah, you just wrap it around. You don't have to glue it all, you know, but as long as you, maybe if you do it every now and again, you just add a bit of glue. Okay, look at that. Isn't that lovely? Oh, that's so pretty. So probably yeah, so I'll let that down one more time, I think, and then just chop it and then glue it at the back. Whoops, sorry, I was off camera. And then just glue it there. Okay, and then that sort of decorates, you can sort of push it up and that decorates the bottom of your sausage. Oh, sorry, I dropped it. There we go. But I'm not finished yet, so what I'm going to do now is I might, oh no, I'm not going to put that there because that's too much. Okay, so that's what we've done. So what I'm going to do now is up here, I'm going to add some, the pink butterfly, which is from Craft Supplies for You. So I'm going to put that there. This is just some broken jewellery I had. Might put that one in the middle of it, and it looks like the butterfly's got like, what does that look like? Does that look, that's quite pretty, isn't it? Yeah, so I'm going to do that. So let me just hot glue the butterfly. Come on, make sure it's in the middle. Okay. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue to hold it there because it's got I don't want to melt the there we go. So, and then I'm going to get this piece and add it there. Oh, so nice. Oh, oh, what do I want that piece there? That's just a bit of broken jewellery. Or I've got what have I got? I've got other bits here. I've got that bit there. I don't want to cover the butterfly up, see? But oh no, I don't like that. That's a bit smaller. That's because I don't want, if I put this on, it's going to cover it up too much, and I want to be able to see the butterfly. It's so pretty, but I just wanted to add something in the middle. So I've got this little bit of broken jewellery here. It's just a bit of broken jewellery. It was from a necklace. This is the same off the same necklace as this. So that was the main piece, and that's just one of the smaller pieces. So I'm just going to cut the. Just close your eyes all when you do it, because in case it pings not hit my ceiling, that did. In case it pings off. Oh, there we go. So I'm going to add that to the middle of the butterfly. Yeah, I think that's better because it doesn't overtake the butterfly. So let's do that. Yes, that's better. Very pretty. Put a bit more hot glue under there because it's got to sit on some pearls. There we go. Oh yes, I like that better. Don't you think? Yeah, that's better. Very pretty. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I've got these two pieces. These are from Craft Supply for You. That was in my kit. So I'm going to add these. So I want one. One going that way. I'm going to do the same the other side going. I'm going to put one that way, and then the same on the other side, which is a better way of me telling you. Otherwise, you're not going to know what because you can't see. Okay, so I'm going to put a bit of hot glue on there, and then just. Oh, just add that there. So just a bit of hot glue, dab dab. There we go. Very pretty. Okay, and I'm just gonna put a bit more just to make sure it's secure. There we go. Okay. Oh. And then I'm going to do the same this side. Okay, so just make sure. So I'm going to put it there. those beads out of the way, and then just hot glue it on. It's actually quite fiddly doing this, only because of the shape of it. So it's hard to film, making sure that you guys, you know, I'm not knocking the camera and that you're getting a good view. So if I do go out of camera, I'm sorry. But, you know, I'm no Steven Spielberg. I gave him a day off. I always say that. There we go. And this is quite long, so it's quite fiddly to make sure it stays in the camera. Oh, you know, so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so oh, I'm so fussy. So that's that there. I'm going to put, I think, this one, which is the bigger version of the one I put on the top there, which is a big one. I'm going to put this here, me thinkies. Okay, so let's glue that on. I'm just going to push from the inside, try to anyway, just to make sure it's on. We don't want it falling off, do we? So there we go. That's the bottom. Now, I've got some flowers. These are from Craft Supply for you. I've got these lovely sprays here. I've got a few odd bits of jewellery, that broken jewellery, and I've got these acrylic, really iridescent, like little flower flatbacks. They're so pretty, so pretty. And then these set of flowers, which is going to go lovely. They're from Craft Supplies for you. I've got this bit of broken jewellery. I'm not sure whether I'm going to put that bit there. I think I might actually, because I think that looks really nice, don't you? So I'm going to add that to the top of there. I think that's nice. This came off a necklace as well, would you believe? So that's what you should do. Go around car boots and buy old costume jewellery. And then chop it all up. I've got quite a few of these because it was a necklace. I wouldn't have worn the necklace. So there we go. That's quite nice. I wonder if I can make one of these. Probably. I'll have to give it a go. Anyway, so there we go. So that's sitting there. Oh, looking lovely. Right, so what I want to do now, I could add these. I've got some of these coming out each side, a bit like leaves. Yeah, I might do that actually. Oh, that's really pretty. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Just try and flatten it out a bit. Okay, so I'm going to put that on there. Oh, very pretty. That one there. And then I'm going to put this one. I don't know what this was off. I think they might have been off of, I've got some like smaller pieces of them off of hair, you know, like a wedding hair slide or bridesmaid hair slide, I think, something like that. So I made my daughter-in-law's tiara for her wedding to my son out of broken jewellery, and yeah, it was very Grecian, her style of her wedding. Yeah, so she's a big girl, so she had to be careful what type of dress that she wore, so it didn't make her, you know, look frumpy. But the dress she had was so nice. It was flowy, you know, very simple, no lace. It was just chiffon, and it was she had her hair very Grecian as well. Okay, so there we go. Oh, isn't that pretty? Yeah. So what we're going to do now? Okay, what we're going to do? We're going to add some flowers. So I am going to add some Prima ones out of my stash, and I'm going to use the flowers from Craft Supplies for you for accents. And I'm also going to use some premium ones. Oh. Sorry, just trying to get them out of the packet. I don't want a blue one. I want the pinky looking one as well. I don't mind a bit of blue, don't I? I'm going to take these off because I'm not sure which ones I'm going to use yet. Oh, just got a frame there. I suppose I could use that. Right, let's just put that up the way a moment. So I've got some flowers. I'm not sure. I've got some more flowers here. Some there. And some leaves. Oh yeah, and I want some of these. These are, you know what, these are little, what do you call them, stamens. I want some of these. Okay, oh God, I've got fluff on me. Right, okay, so these are a bit squished. I'm not too worried about that blue one. I want the pinky ones. The shabby chic pinky ones. Okay, so these got really flattened, so I'm going to add them. Oh, I don't know. Better with or without. Or... Let's have a look. Just sort of like coming down the side of each. See, the thing is, I'm a very symmetrical crafter. Okay, so I'm not too keen on like it's twos or ones or, you know, triangle shape when I'm doing clusters or these flowers are lovely. They're like iridescent. So I'm going to cut some of these off. Just want some dudes. Cut some of those off. Oh, dearie, dearie. I think these plier things need sharpening because they're not cutting. Oh, God. Come on. There we go. Right, okay, so what I want to do is have these coming out like that sort of, yeah, that looks pretty. And then these ones, I also want, these are absolutely lush. These are from Crafts Supplies For You, and they are absolutely stunning. Very crystally and so nice. So I'm going to have a couple of those. Yeah, even if I do a 3, it's normally like in a triangle. I know I'm weird. Do I want, yeah, I prefer that one, I think. Lots of pink, why not? Eh? Lots of pink. Just trying to unsquash the flowers. So I'm going to stick this one here. Put some hot glue. Stick this one on here. Okay, I'll do the same on this side. Let's take this foam off. Toby, yeah? Can you get me a drink with some ice in it, please? Yeah. Thank you.
What do you want?
I don't mind lemonade, cherryade, orange.
Yeah, some cherryade.
Yeah.
Do you want a drink?
No, I don't. Yeah, my glass is in the living room with a metal straw in it by the window. That's Toby. this beautiful thing, but we want to add to it, don't we? So I want these sort of. Oh yeah, that's very pretty. So let me just stick a bit on there. So it's coming out like that. That's right, I stuck it up the wrong way. You want to be able to see those stamens. There we go. And then let's cut this one. I'm going to stick one down here. Look, just done it again. Then these are going to be coming out up there. So hot glue them in. Oop. Let me just spread them out. Beautiful. So pretty. If you wanted to, you could instead of doing it like this with like the flowers and this as your focal, you could put a vintage photograph in there, and that would look nice. So we're gonna stick this there. So, okay. So then we've got another one. Let's try and cut this one down. I want to gonna stick that in the middle. Thank you.
Nice.
Thank you. Oh, look, I got a nice cherry aid. Thank you. I have a dry mouth. Okay. So, what have we got? No, don't want that there. I want to put this in the middle, but I want something that's going to cover it. What if I use some of these little prima ones? If I get some of those out, like, and I cover it in the middle. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, let's do that. So, beautiful. So what I'm going to do now is don't need these bits. I'm going to just want to put this on the back. Then I'm going to add some of these beads as well, just, you know, put them over, because this is too much of a blank space, so I want to cover that. So that's what I'm going to do, and then we'll add some of those beads to it. These are brilliant for putting shabby chic crafts, and for, you know, you can use them to lid of a box or inside. This would be nice. Oh, that's an idea. Oh, I'm not going to say anything. That might be my second project. That sounds like a good idea. See, I've just had an idea that's come to my mind. Okay. So it's just doing down the edges. There we go. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add these, the little iridescent. I'm going to just spot them, like just put a little dab and a hot glue and add them randomly. Add them. Okay. Like I say, these are so pretty. Just love them. I'll put some of those into there. No, but what I might do. No, I don't want to see those. You've got no one to stop, Wendy. Right, so we've got those sort of like put randomly, and they're so pretty over the back. Okay, so let's have a look. We've got that in there. That's really pretty. Now, what I would normally do is, in a minute, I'm going to add a piece of ribbon to go up there, and then some tassely bits of ribbon to come down here. Okay, so that's what I'm going to tidy up here, and then I'll be back in a moment. So what I've got now is just some offcuts of scrap ribbon of mine, and I'm just going to tassel some from this side and hang some from this side. So I've already cut it into the length I want. I'm just waiting for my heat gun to... Sounds like someone's having an argument out there. So I'm just moving my... Right, okay, so so I want it sort of going from... This is going to be a bit difficult for me to... But I want it sort of going from... I'm just going to check, folks, like something about there. So I'm just going to start it off with a bit of hot glue, push it down. Oh! And then it's rolling all over the place. And this is a bit of rose gold eyelash trim from my, just from my scrap box. I'm don't know what they're doing out there, but it sounds like right old. To and fro. Shouldn't really be using that, but hey ho. And then I've got a little bit of pink ribbon. Where my house runs at the back of a school, it might just be some kids. They break up this Friday. Oh, they break up today. They must be happy. Right, okay, this is a bit of, you can get this in the craft supplies for you, this little bead trim. So I want some white and some pink. So I'm gonna just put a bit of glue there, and then just put this on. Oop. Okay, and what have I got left? Have I put white ribbon on yet? Oh, yeah, a bit of white ribbon on here. Get that up. Okay, what have we got left? Done pink. I think this one's probably this is more like a salmon pink, so I don't want to use that one. That one, right? So that's what we've got so far. So like so. Okay, I've done that. So I'm just going to find sort of like the same sort of place. This side. Which one do I start with first? And that one. This way now I'm doing it in the right place. Okay, so. There we go. Then a bit of eyelash trim. This is lovely, it's like rose gold. I have no idea where I got it from. I've got a great big IKEA, you know, the square IKEA box, which is full up of just, you know, bits and scraps and stuff that I haven't been able to throw away. I'm not very good at throwing away. I think, oh, I might use that. So you never know, might need that. I don't want that bit. I'm gonna put that on next, this pink one next. Oh, come on, glue stick. Oh, it's so exciting. I've got 2 rescue dogs coming, could you believe that? One's from Romania, and he's a little small dog called Bono, and then another one which originally he's been moved around a lot, to be fair, and he's been with his last family or owner for the last 2 years, an 80-year-old lady. Well, she's 80 now, but unfortunately she's going into home on Saturday, and he's not been walked since they've had him, which was a bit naughty because they promised that they would, but anyway, that's by the by. And so now I've got before and after photos of him, which I'll put in. No, I won't put in here. They're on my Facebook, I think. I'll put on my Facebook. I'll put in here. Yeah, and his name is Elliot, and so he's coming to me so he can lose some weight and be a little bit more healthy, and then he can go up for his forever home. Right, now, so what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to add this little bit of bling there. Oh, here. This is rose gold as well. And this is all just broken jewellery. So, it's just, again, it's up for my scrap box stuff that I keep for my fabric lace books, you know, but it's still absolutely stunning stuff. And then I've got these two little rose gold buttons. I think I'll put, do I need to put a bow on there first? Do I want, I put a bow on. Now I've got this, which is, I'm going to put in the middle, in the same place, this, but it's just to, so I can hang it up. But I want to, sort of, let's just, I don't want to, just want to gather it a bit so it's, so. Squish that down together. I think I'll cover that with a little flower, I think, or something. Just in fact, I've probably got more than one scrap door if I'm totally honest. Or box, scrap box, I should say. Yeah. I mean, I've been doing lace crafting with laces and stuff for a long time, so after a while, you know, when you're sort of making something and you cut a little bit off, you think, oh no, I won't throw that away, I might need it. Yeah, so you tend to, so I've got a nice big collection. Okay, so just make sure this is stuck down so it doesn't come off. You can't see me. I'm inside. Ow! How do I just burnt myself? Oh, that's because I pressed it. Right. Yeah, don't do what I do. I'm always burning myself on hot glue. There's a hole in this, and I put my finger on the hole. That's in there. So don't do what I just did. Okay, so just going to check that that's okay. And I've just stuck it round the wrong way. Hang on a minute. Just turn that round. Silly me. Let's try again. Doesn't matter. Ouch. Okay. Right. So yeah, that's better. Okay, so we've got that. But these are too small, so I need to find something to. So just bear with me. Okay, so I'm going to do a cheating bow. So I've just stuck. I'm going to use the same scrap ribbon. I had a little bit left of what I had of this, so I've just folded over two ends and stuck them together. And then what I'm going to do now, this is a little bit pink seam binding, and I'm going to, this is me cheating, making a bow. Not that I can't make bows, because I can. It's just that if I wanted to make a bow properly, that I didn't have enough of this holy pink stuff. So this is a way of using up scraps and doing bows if you haven't got enough. So I'm just gonna tie it in the middle. It looks a bit skewy at first, but don't worry about that. We'll sort it out. So I'm just tying this in a knot. Alright. So like that. Okay. Gonna get my billing piece. Put a bit of hot glue there and stick it on the middle of the bow. So that's that one. Let's cut a bit of this one off. Oh, do you know what? I really burnt my finger then. Do you have a lot of scissors? I have a lot of scissors. Don't know why. I went to a scrapbooking crop a while back. This was before Christmas, and in my sewing bag, my crafting bag that I took with me that had all my, you know, like do your rulers, your pencils, blah blah blah. There was a lady there that sort of counted. Well, it was a bit of a joke. They were counting how many pairs of scissors she had in her craft bag, and so I counted how many I had, and I had 16. Would you believe 16 pairs of scissors? So I think I won hands down. So yes, I think I need to de-scissor my craft bag. Right, so there we go. So that's this one. Let's just sort it out. Want the bow to sit right. Okay. Okay, and then I'm going to stick this on here. This little bling button, and then we are going to then stick this. So much easier doing it this way. Stick these on here. That's that one. Just make sure it's stuck down. Brilliant. And then on the inside, I haven't got any more of that left. What can I put on the inside? What can I put? What can I put? Oh, I've got some white ribbon. I have to put some white in the inside, didn't I? Sorry about the crackling. Right, so I'm going to try and make. Let me just cut that side off. Just do a little bow. I've got some pre-made bows somewhere. It's just some satin ribbon. I'm just gonna make a little bow. A big bow. So you pull the ears and it gets a just cut this side off. And stick another button on. Like so. Glue so it doesn't come down, and then stick that on the inside. I'll try and show you this in a minute. Okay, I'll do the same for this side. Little bow. This ribbon's probably a bit too thick, to be fair, but it was what I had. It's what I had. It was See, I could have just left it, but I can't. It's just, it would feel unfinished to me. So, yeah. So that's going to go there on the inside. Now, Tussie Mussies can be hung up and you can put lace in them. You can put, you know, your bling trim in them for storage, and they just look so lovely. You can give them as a present with chocolates in. You know, you can use them as a wedding gift. So there we go. That's the inside. If you can see the two bows. Two bows. Don't know if you can see. There we go. And there we go. That's my Crafts Supplies for You design team project, using lots of lovely goodies from their shop. Okay, and don't forget, they've still got the sale on, so 60% off flowers, 40% off everything in the shop. So the flowers are down to 20% off, and then you get another 40% on top of that, which makes it 60%. Okay, the code is FAB40, all lowercase, FAB40. So there you go. So go along and have a look, and that's my Tussie Mussie, and I hope you like. And I just want to say thank you to everybody for sticking by me and for coming back after Christmas, you know, February time, to watch my new videos. So thanks for now. I will see you again soon with another project from Craft Supplies for You. Bye for now.